It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. It's the Jaguars and the Colts under the lights on Thursday night.
Lucky Week 13 is underway. Everyone hoping for some good fortune as we enter the home stretch. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
And there's certainly still people talking about the game. The buzz is real. He posted unbelievable numbers last week. Even his passing numbers continue to rise league-wide. Well, he reached heights rarely flown to in league history. It took volume, sure, to get him there, but also an eagle eye to see everything out there perfectly. He and the rest of us, we can only hope that he comes close to seeing that kind of production today.
Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
11. Take right open. Go, let's go.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. He has it at the 5. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Cam Little to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida. A super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
The biggest mistake he can make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Richardson on third. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll go down here at the 16. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They motion a receiver left. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars drive out to an early 14-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. And a big setback for them to overcome early, Brock, giving them points off that interception. And for a quarterback, a tough way to start the game as well. They got to shake that off.
Yeah, but this is where you really do start to see just the cream of the crop. The quarterbacks that are the best in this league flush, no matter what the circumstances are, but especially the negative ones. You flush them away and you go persevere.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Third and long for him here. Rolling left, buying some time. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Here comes Bryce Behringer to handle the fourth down punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now they're special. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, go, go!
Now Lawrence. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. He lays out for it and makes the catch. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And pass caught by Strange. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars take a 20-zip lead. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars push their lead to 21-zip already. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. And this one does not go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That one finds Josh Downs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Downs will go in motion left. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Jaguars have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead. Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Cade on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Lawrence now off the play action. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
11, Agate. Red on red. Here we go.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Connects on the crosser. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. And he's up across 200 yards now in this opening half. That's beyond simply a good start for him. This is the type of game where he's been taking the lead on carrying his offense forward however he can. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
Sink right.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And a man is there to knock that away. Could not beat the defender there. And now it's second down.
Go, go. Hey, run.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We've arrived at the... Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They have second and pretty long here. Here's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be third and long. Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Another punt coming up. Bryce Behringer to do the honors again. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at second in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Hey, hey, hey.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Has it downfield, working the left. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
11.
On first and 10, here's Lawrence. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Has it at the 7. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars continue piling on to this lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And coming off a 3-and-out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. First down throw here from Richardson. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Here's a give for Wright. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Going to the ground again on first. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Richardson back to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Rick Woolen with the INT. And the Jaguars take over on his 11th interception of the campaign.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Caught, nice gain left side. He mixed it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars grow their lead yet again. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Colts offense set to head out. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Escapes the pocket. He's going to pull it, breaks through, and he might break away. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
On the move, headed right. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The Jaguars headed back out on up. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, go!
Throwing off the play fake here. It is Cup, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Go, let's go. 11. 13, loop.
They go play action here. Wow, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Juju Brents with a pick. And the Colts are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have...
And the Jaguars are there. He's all down. Working quickly here. Trying again, following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Colts take 7 points off the deficit. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Jaguars are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance.
Here we go.
First down throw, Lawrence. He gets this one to Strange. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Lawrence throwing here. Forced out to his right. Able to find Strange here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Red on red. 11. Go. Hey, kill. Sink right. Here we go.
Another try following the sack. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Lawrence working from the gun. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get more points to end a lopsided first half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offense getting one final possession here in the half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Slot man motioned over. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He completes it in traffic. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. finds his man, Downs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go. Hey, hey.
Richardson now. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
One last play before the break.
Here we go, here we go. Huh.
Throwing it just before halftime. Lobbing this into the end zone. And that one's incomplete, pretty fortunately so. That was a big risk, nearly an end zone turnover. Instead, it brings up 4th down. The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready? Go.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Wright running out of the gun. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go. Set.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Let's go now.
Now Richardson to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. He takes it at the 4. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season.
23.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. And he continues to rise higher and higher as this game goes on. That's a 500-yard performance for him. Less than 30 times that's ever happened, which puts in perspective the enormity of what he's accomplished here.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. Think right open, open. Silver.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one's caught along the left sideline. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Hey, count him. Go, go, let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. The throw is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. on is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars tack on 7 more to their lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Colts ready to take the field. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense, too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
From the 40 on second down. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Colts put at least a tiny dent into that lead. That one splits the uprights. And the Colts cut into the lead by another point. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. This return starts at the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. No. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Lion!
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Complete out to the right. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have...
Full extension, and he brings it in! They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Red on red. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars trying to end this before the final quarter. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And all the touchdowns are sure going to catch some eyes around the league. but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better, as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
13, Luke. 11, Agate.
First down throw, Lawrence. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Go, go. Hey, kill. Hey. Red.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Finds him on the crossing route. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Offense in the hurry-up now.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Sink right.
They just get the play off. He's got it. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's been a great time at the stadium for this crowd. Their side has turned this into a...
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense getting set to work here. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Richardson. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. Play action with Richardson. Escapes the... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Richardson on third. He puts some air under this one, deep right. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down. The Colts ready for the punt. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. The home teams ready for their next. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go. Lisa 24. Silver.
Lawrence working from the gun. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings up second down.
Rip.
Lawrence now off the play action. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Gun. Silver.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. He's going to lob one deep down the left side. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing it.
And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars are running them out of the building. The Jags have the offense out for another two-point attempt.
Hey, go!
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points. Well, what's the old saying, partner? You can't win them all. Third go and a two-point conversion in this game, and that's only the first time they did not end up in the end zone.
I know we're seeing a boom in this aggressiveness in analytics, but I will tell you, kid, there's only so many plays. I mean, I guess you're going to see more coordinators and coaches spend off seasons adding more and more and more plays, but you only get so many reps during practice, and I am curious how many more two-point shots they've got on that script.
First down throw here from Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. And it's a nickel set from the Jags on this third down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Colts just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. And the Colts will try for 3. Out comes their field goal unit. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they continue to trail by, well, Brock, a whole lot more than a field goal.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. Touchdown, Jacksonville. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
11. Here we go.
He's throwing for it. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the fourth. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The offense getting set to go. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Downs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
They'll throw again. Richardson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's been getting all of it every time out. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Red on red. Go, go. Hey, kill. Here we go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. That one's cut along the left sideline. 35 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sink right. Go, go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
30 left. Red.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 10. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
All right, I might have understood this a couple of touchdowns ago. At this point, I'm not sure you can find much justification for going for 2, but they did, and that landslide grows bigger still.
Kate, does this feel personal to you?
Yeah, it does.
It does, right? This feels personal, and honestly, I'm having a flashback to Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, USC, Stanford. After the game, when those two went out on the field, we're like, what's your deal? What's your deal? What's your deal? Keep the...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their third. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Richardson. That's into the hands of Moore. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there. Third down. One final shot here. And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always